Hey, did you miss me? I mean, if this is your first time on the channel, you did not miss me at all. So, um, putting my narcissism aside, hello and welcome. It's time for another Learn with Me. Today we are going to be doing 3 card spreads. I'm going to teach you past, present, future, which I'm sure most people who read tarot, either for themselves or others, already know. But I'm going to give you some very specific examples of how I interpret it when looking at a love reading, okay? By actually pulling a love reading. So if you're here because you want a free love reading, hello and welcome. And you're welcome. All right. So after we do past, present, future, I will also do a 3 card relationship spread. So it's specifically created for relationships. So sit back, relax, maybe get a tea. I don't know why people say that. I'm just saying it because I've heard other tarot people say it on YouTube. Like, why a tea? Why not like a Mr. Pibb? I like Mr. Pibb a lot. Anyway, whatever it is you want to sip on or snack on, get comfortable. This one is, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, if you need a personal love reading, I offer those in my Etsy shop. And I think I have several of them, like different kinds. I have Aphrodite readings, Oshun readings. I have, of course, new love readings, toxic relationship readings. My most popular one, unfortunately. I hate that for us as a society. But several of those are on sale right now in the Etsy shop, which is goodwitchworkshop.etsy.com. Oh, and I forgot to say, after we finish with the love reading here for my Patreon members, we will also be doing 2 spreads for the career readings or 2 different spreads for career readings and 1 personal growth. Yes, a spread for personal growth. Okay. I should probably type these out first before I start talking to you, but I don't know. I like it better just being myself. And, well, I hope you like it too. Anyway, okay, so now grab your tea or your wine or your Mr. Pibb and let us get started. Okay, so in our course today, we are going to cover 3 card spreads. I had to say that slowly because sometimes it can be quite a tongue twister. 3 card spreads. And we're going to do a couple of them for the area of love because that's a very popular one. People will ask you for love readings very, very often, or you might have a tendency to do love readings for yourself. We are going to do a couple of them in the realm of career. So career 3 card spreads. And then we're going to do personal growth. All right. So starting with the Modern Love Tarot by Ethne, the first 3 card spread we're going to use is a past, present, future spread where I place 1 card for your past, 1 card for your present, and 1 card for your future. Now, the first card we have is the Empress card. Interesting. The second card coming through is your 4 of Pentacles, and your third is the 6 of Wands. Okay, so one interpretation of these 3 together is you are heavily influenced. Your idea of love was heavily influenced by your mother. She may have felt all alone in her life, all alone in love. She may have constantly had a feeling of unfulfillment, while she had big dreams of love being the thing to save her life or to bring her fulfillment, creativity, a life that she is honored, that is nourishing her as well as allows her to nourish others, right? So her ability to either receive that or not has had a very heavy influence on how you approach love life, how you approach relationships, right? 4 of Pentacles, speaking to the present, could represent here the tendency for you to need a sense of security that you may or may not be getting from your love relationships. And in general, it's more often that you're not feeling secure in relationships. And given what this influence of the mother was, that is highly likely. Because if your mother's love life was perfectly fulfilling for her, and it was her entire reason for being and focus, what was left for you? How did she focus on you? How did she sow love in you, right? Or if her love life was unfulfilling, how much did she talk about that? How much did she gripe about that? How much did her negative experiences in the realm of romance affect the way you see yourself and also what you see as possible for yourself in love, right? And so you might have a constant sense of, is it possible for me? Can I have it? When you meet someone, when you're dating someone, is this real? Is it going to last? You know? So an impending feeling of doom when it comes to love, or just, again, not having the wish fulfilled or not having it fulfilled for very long. But here in the future, we see that you're going to overcome that feeling. You're going to begin to know that you are worthy of love, and you're going to be able to see evidence of love in your life, romantic love in particular, because that's what we pulled on for this particular reading, right? And so you're going to be able to know that you are more than capable of having good relationships. And it's not just the knowing is the first step, it's also the having. So in the future, you will have victory in love, right? So that's one way to interpret a 3-card spread love reading, again, using past, present, and future. Let's do one more. And instead of past, present, future, let's use one of my favorite relationship spreads, where we look at what you want, what the other person wants, and where the situation is heading. So for that one, you could be talking about someone that you already have a relationship with. You could be looking at someone that you want to have a relationship with, but you don't have a connection yet, or maybe you're already dating. There are a lot of options on how or with whom you can use this particular reading. All right. So, oh wow, right away we have 2 cards that came together: 3 of Cups and 9 of Cups. So that's what you want. And when I'm pulling cards, if the card flips and it is seeable by the person that I'm reading for, I just go ahead and place it on the table already flipped. But my preference when I'm pulling is to lay out all the cards first and reveal them one at a time. So what you want is represented here in the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. Let's see what the other person wants. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, 9 of Wands. That's very interesting. And believe it or not, as intense as this card looks, this is actually quite good news for you, that this is what the person wants. And you know what I just realized? I went ahead and flipped it over anyway. So we'll just go ahead and do that with the third one as well. And the reason why I did that is because, here. All right, it was already there, and so it influenced my thinking. All right, and so where the conversation is heading. So this is, basically based on today's energies, based on what you want right now, based on what they want right now, what it is you can anticipate being the outcome of this connection. Ooh, okay, I don't love this for you. So if this was something that I was reading for someone else, I'm very candid in my readings. I don't try to sugarcoat things for people. So I would just very naturally go, ooh, yeah, this ain't great. But how lucky for you that you asked me to read on this topic for you, so that you can make some informed decisions for yourself and get what it is you really want. And what you really want is to feel connected and to feel content. That's what you want from your love relationships. There's a high probability that you want that in life in general, but you definitely want it. There's a piece of you that feels like once you have a significant other, whether it is that you date boys or you date women, and how am I going to say this? I am going to keep referring to it as him, just because more often than not always, but more often than not, it's women that are doing these pulls for themselves. More often than not, is women that are seeking out love readings. So just to simplify things, and granted, women can and do date other women, but just to simplify my conversation so I don't spend a lot of time babbling like I'm doing right now, I'm just going to say him, okay? So what you are hoping to receive from this relationship with a man, a romantic relationship, is there's a part of your thinking that believes that if you get this significant other, it's going to open up your life socially and bring you contentment, right? And so this can be a belief system if you grew up watching movies like Grease, or television shows like Saved by the Bell, or anything where there were a group of friends who did intergroup dating. And so there's this idea of romance and friendship being connected. There could also be an indication here of wanting to see your partner and as your best friend, be best friends with your partner. But the fact that this is the Three of Cups that we got here instead of the Two of Cups, it feels more like a group dynamic, and a sense that you would, what you really want is this sense of happiness and fulfillment that you think would come from being in this relationship and expanding your social life with this partner. You might see it as your friends and his friends all hang out together, or you have a friend that you would want to hook up with one of his friends, and then you guys could like double date, something like that, right? The Nine of Wands here for what he wants. This is a person who brings drama with him, okay? What he wants, at first you heard me say, oh, this is good news. And it felt like it could be because Nine of Wands indicates wanting the hard times to be over, right? But the key to wanting hard times to be over, including hard times in relationships, is being willing to let them be the past, right? And also having the tools and the skills to not recreate those same hard times over and over with the next person. So this Nine of Wands here indicates somebody who on a conscious level believes that they want no more fighting, no more drama. They want to move past that and have a better situation going forward. However, this Ten of Wands showing up as where the conversation is heading, this is indicative of it being too much work. Okay? Because look at the difference in the energies between what you want and what they want. So they are not focused on hope. They are not focused on the future. You are. You are focused on things being better and what you hope to get. They're still looking at the past, which means they're not over that past. And so you trying to get this person up to your vibe would take a lot of effort and a lot of work, which then creates new battles. And because battle is where this person is used to functioning, it will perpetuate the energy of battle in relationships. And that is a lot of work. So if I was reading this spread for somebody, I would say the indication here is you could have this relationship if you wanted to, but it's not going to bring the sense of fulfillment and joy that you're looking for. And the suggestion seems to be, depending on whether or not you want a life full of drama, if you don't want a life full of drama, the suggestion is, you know what? There are billions of people on the planet. Let's hold out for another one. let's wait for somebody else, okay? So this is a 3-card spread interpretation, or 2 different 3-card spreads in the area of love that I have here for you on the YouTubes. For those of you who are members of my Patreon, come on over to that platform, and we are going to next look at 3-card spreads for career using the This Might Hurt Tarot. And then after that, we're going to do 3-card spreads for personal growth using the Light Seers Tarot. So I am looking forward to you joining me there. If you are not already a member of my Patreon, come and check it out right now. You can click on a link that is in the description box here on YouTube. It'll take you right to my Patreon platform. But in case you, for some reason, don't want to do it that way, it's patreon.com/shon.vibes, SHONVIBES, all one word. And I hope to see you there.